Have you ever planted a zucchini, watched it grow into a huge leafy plant, and still ended up with only a handful of tiny fruits? Or maybe your zucchini started growing beautifully, only for the little fruits to turn yellow, shrivel up, and fall off before you could harvest them. Meanwhile, your neighbor seems to pick giant zucchini every few days from just one plant. So what's the difference? Believe it or not, it usually has nothing to do with luck. It's not an expensive fertilizer, and it's definitely not a secret variety. Most successful gardeners simply do one or two important things before they ever plant their zucchini. Today, I'll show you exactly what those steps are. Stay with me, because doing this first can mean bigger zucchini, healthier plants, and harvests that last all summer. Welcome back to Senior Garden Advisor. I'm so glad you're here. One of the reasons I love growing zucchini, especially at this stage of life, is how generous it is. You don't need a huge garden. One or two healthy plants can produce more zucchini than most families can eat. They grow beautifully in raised beds, large containers, and traditional garden beds. But here's something many gardeners don't realize. Your harvest is often decided before the plant ever goes into the ground. A strong start creates a strong harvest. A weak start usually means weeks of struggling later. Let's begin with choosing the right variety. If you're growing in containers or have limited space, look for compact bush varieties like Black Beauty, Ostia, or Patio Star. These stay manageable while producing plenty of fruit. If you have room in a garden bed, classic varieties like Green Machine, Dunya, or Raven produce large, dependable harvests all season. Personally, I recommend buying healthy young transplants from your local garden center whenever possible. Starting from seed certainly works, but transplants save several weeks and get you harvesting much sooner. Now, here's the first thing you should never skip. Before planting, soak the entire transplant pot in room temperature water for about 15 to 20 minutes. This simple step fully hydrates the root ball. If dry roots go into warm spring soil, the plant experiences transplant shock. Instead of growing, it spends valuable time trying to recover. While your plants are soaking, inspect them carefully. Remove any yellow leaves or damaged foliage near the base. Those older leaves won't recover. Removing them helps the plant direct its energy toward growing fresh roots and healthy new leaves. Here's a little senior gardener tip. Set a kitchen timer before you walk away. It's surprisingly easy to get distracted pulling weeds or watering another bed. Now, let's talk about planting depth. This is one mistake that quietly ruins a lot of zucchini plants. Unlike tomatoes, zucchini should never be buried deeply. Plant it at exactly the same depth it was growing in its nursery pot. The top of the root ball should sit level with your garden soil. Burying the stem too deeply keeps it wet and greatly increases the chance of stem rot. Healthy stems stay dry. Healthy roots stay below the soil. Before placing the transplant into the hole, I always add a few simple ingredients. First, mix 2 generous handfuls of finished compost into the planting hole. Compost improves drainage, increases airflow, and feeds the beneficial microbes that zucchini roots depend on. Next, add 1 tablespoon of bone meal. Bone meal provides phosphorus, which encourages strong root development and helps support heavy flowering later in the season. If you happen to save eggshells, you can also crush a handful into small pieces and mix them into the surrounding soil. Over time, they slowly release calcium, helping support healthy fruit development. Once everything is mixed well, place a thin layer of plain soil over the amendments before setting your plant into the hole. You want nutrients close to the roots, not touching them directly. After filling the hole, gently firm the soil with your hands. Not hard, just enough to remove large air pockets. Give the plant a gentle tug. If it moves easily, press the soil just a little more. Now, here's something many gardeners overlook. As soon as planting is finished, apply about 2 inches of mulch around the base. Use straw, shredded leaves, or untreated wood chips. Leave a small gap around the stem itself. Mulch keeps soil evenly moist, prevents weeds, and protects shallow zucchini roots from overheating during hot summer afternoons. Consistent moisture is incredibly important for zucchini. Large fruits are mostly water. When soil repeatedly dries out and then becomes soaking wet again, the plant becomes stressed. Flowers may drop, small fruits may stop growing, leaves can wilt even when plenty of water is available later. Instead, water deeply every few days, depending on your weather. Aim for about 1 to 2 inches of water each week. Water the soil, not the leaves. Morning watering is always the best choice because it gives foliage time to dry before evening. Now let's talk about one of the biggest disappointments in growing zucchini. You've probably seen it. A tiny zucchini begins growing after the flower fades. Everything looks perfect. Then suddenly the fruit turns yellow, shrinks, and falls off. Most gardeners think something is wrong with the plant, but usually the problem is incomplete pollination. Zucchini plants produce separate male and female flowers. If bees don't transfer enough pollen, the fruit simply can't continue developing. The good news? You can help nature. Early in the morning, gently transfer pollen from a freshly opened male flower to a female flower using a small paintbrush or by touching the flowers together. It takes less than a minute and can dramatically increase successful fruit production. Here's my favorite bonus tip. Once flowering begins, feed your zucchini with Epsom salt. Mix 1 tablespoon into 1 gallon of water and apply it every 2 to 3 weeks during flowering. Magnesium helps the plant produce chlorophyll more efficiently. That means healthier leaves, more energy from sunlight, and stronger fruit production throughout the season. Finally, don't crowd your plants. This is one of the most common mistakes I see. Give each zucchini at least 3 to 4 feet of space. Those little seedlings grow into surprisingly large plants. Good spacing improves airflow, reduces powdery mildew, allows bees easier access to flowers, and makes harvesting much easier for us. So let's quickly bring everything together. Choose a healthy variety. Soak your transplants before planting. Plant at the same depth as the nursery pot. Mix compost and bone meal into the soil. Mulch immediately after planting. Water deeply and consistently. Help pollinate flowers when needed. Feed with Epsom salt during flowering. And give every plant plenty of room to grow. None of these steps are difficult. None of them cost very much. But together they create stronger roots, healthier plants, and bigger zucchini you'll be proud to harvest all summer long. If you found today's tips helpful, please subscribe to Senior Garden Advisor. Every week, I share simple, practical gardening advice designed especially for older gardeners who want bigger harvests with less work. I'd also love to hear from you. What's been your biggest challenge growing zucchini? Leave a comment below because your experience may help another gardener. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't miss the next one where I'll share the biggest watering mistake that quietly ruins zucchini harvests. I'll see you there. Happy gardening!